This is Rihanna Karen reading to you my protein synthesis book called The Translation Race. Mina, the mRNA molecule, squeezed her way out of the membrane of the nucleus. She could still hear Danny, the DNA molecule, prattling about how he was the most important part of the cell because he coded the genetic information for the whole cell. He lived in the nucleus, a kind of control center for the cell, inhabited only by Danny, the DNA molecule. Mina had quickly tired of Danny's blabbing after she had been replicated from Danny by the RNA polymerase and helicase. She would miss those enzymes, but Mina set out into the cytoplasm to find out what she was meant to do. So this is Mina, and this is the nucleus, and all these little speech bubbles say blah 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 because Danny DNA will not stop talking. And then Mina just says, gosh, DNA is very talkative, because he won't stop talking. As Mina was traveling around the cytoplasm of the cell, she nearly ran smack dab into a little T-shaped molecule dashing about. When Mina asked him his name and where he was going, he replied with a short quip. My name is Tim, the tRNA molecule, and I'm about to go to Ribosome Academy, and if you don't want to be late for class, you should come along too, and quick. Mina didn't think twice and dashed after Tim. So this is Tim, and he's saying, off to Ribosome Academy, because yay. When finally Mina and Tim reached Ribosome Academy, they quickly made their way over to the teacher, a nice old ribosome named Rayanne. There were lots of other molecules in Tim and Mina's class, mostly tRNA, but there were a couple of mRNA molecules and ribosomes as well. As Rayanne settled in to talk to the class, Mina drifted with Tim over to where the other tRNA molecules were gathered in a big group. Now, everybody, Rayanne the ribosome said, settle down as I make announcements. As you all know, the Translation Day race is today, and we will be holding a big competition to see which teams of mRNA, tRNA, and ribosomes can work together to make the best quality protein in the shortest amount of time. Almost the entire class nodded in understanding, but Mina was very confused. So, this is Rayanne, the ribosome, and the class with all the molecules in it, and this is Mina saying, I do not get it at all, because she's super confused. Ma'am, what in the name of the nucleus is translation? How is it a race? What do we all do? Mina asked. Well, my little nucleic acid, do you know what transcription and translation are at all? Rayanne asked. At Mina's vacant stare, Rayanne chuckled and continued. Transcription is where it all begins. That's how you came to be, little one. The enzymes RNA helicase and polymerase work together to duplicate one strand of DNA, but using the element uracil instead of thymine to code for the genes they create. When the enzymes are finished, we have ourselves a brand new strand of mRNA, just like you. After that, mRNA molecules team up with a ribosome and a whole lot of tRNA molecules to create a protein. This is called translation, Rayanne explained. This is Rayanne explaining to Mina the whole process. And Mina has this super confused look on her face, and she's like, what the heck, man? But what do all the different molecules do in translation? Mina asked. Rayanne considered this for a moment, then said, well, mRNA has the easiest job, just holding still and letting the ribosome read the genetic code, while the tRNA molecules fetch matching anticodons to translate your codon sequence. Mina blinked in confusion. You are made of combinations of nucleotides in groups of 3. These sections are called codons. They tell the ribosome to instruct the tRNA to retrieve the right combination of nucleotides to match your codons. These matching combinations are called anticodons, Rayanne explained. Mina was beginning to understand now. So, once again, more explaining, and she's still a little confused, but she's getting there. One more question. Why do the tRNA molecules in ribosomes translate mRNA molecules anyways? What do we make when we do it? Mina questioned, eyes wide with wonder. Well, Rayanne replied, we do all of this so we can create proteins, which give the organism our cells belong to its physical properties. Each protein is made up of a chain of monomers called amino acids. When linked together in a chain, they create proteins that give our organism its physical traits. Mina was finally understanding. So now that we all know what we are doing, how about we start the race? Rayanne asked the class. Everyone cheered and got into groups of one ribosome, one molecule of mRNA, and as many molecules of tRNA that the mRNA molecule needed to decode it. The teams began to gather. So here are the 3 teams. There's 3 ribosomes, 3 mRNA molecules and a whole bunch of little tRNA molecules. And this is Mina's team. She says, "Hi, I'm Mina." On Mina's team was Tim, the tRNA, a ribosome named Riddle, and tRNA molecules Tom, Tammy, Tanya, Thomas, Tina, Tetra, Tank, Taylor, Tatum, Tyler, Tink, Tima, Temmie, and Bob. They were all very anxious to start the race, and the moment the starting whistle blew, the tRNA were off. Scattering here and there, the efficient little molecules gathered the nucleotides that Riddle the ribosome ordered them to get as he read Mina's codon sequence. With every anticodon the tRNA molecules used, they dropped their amino acid particle and they joined the other amino acids to form a long amino acid chain. This was quickly becoming a protein, but not quickly enough. The other team had a slight lead. The tRNA molecules saw this and increased their speed, dropping anticodons and amino acids faster than ever. The race was so fast it hardly took any time at all. Two teams had finished their translations by the end of the race. Mina's finished only seconds after the winning team. I just realized I forgot to show you guys a picture. So this is Mina and Riddle and Tim and all the other little tRNA molecules that I'm too lazy to name again. And then this picture is Riddle calling out to the tRNA molecules to bring the anticodons to decode Mina's codon sequence. Rayanne the ribosome went to judge the proteins the teams had created. Mina's was perfect, but the other team had translated one amino acid sequence incorrectly. They had created a mutation. Since the winning team had messed up, Mina's team won the race. They competed in the Translation Day race every year for a long, long time, all working as a team to package proteins the fastest. Eventually, Mina and her friends became the best protein makers in the whole organism. And this is Mina and her friends all going yay with confetti, and they're all super happy because they're the best protein makers in the entire organism. So that was my project, and thank you for watching.